Shalom, brothers and sisters. There comes a time when we as human beings think of quitting what we do. But when we think of quitting, do we think about others or we only think about ourselves? Sometimes things become very difficult. Economy becomes very difficult. Your partner, maybe your husband or your wife, becomes very difficult. Your children, your parents, the situation around you becomes very difficult. Then, even if those who are employed or business, that sometimes it becomes very difficult. But when you think about quitting, do we think only about ourselves or we think about others? Sometimes frustration, depressions become too much. People think of committing suicide. Try to put yourself in the shoes of a person who thinks to commit suicide. They think the world cannot have solutions for them. But in most cases, they only think about themselves. They rarely think the impact of their quitting, the impact of their suicide. We don't know what goes in their mind. But for the sake of others, when situations become very difficult, try to avoid not to quit. God chose everybody to do specific purpose, to do something which will help others. But when times become too rough, when the sea becomes too rough, tides are too high, we think of quitting, not thinking what will others do when we are absent, what others will think about us. If you're a parent, you are thinking of quitting marriage. Maybe your husband doesn't listen to you, doesn't understand you. Your wife has problems, doesn't understand you, doesn't want you to do what you want to do. But then when you are quitting, do you think only yourself? Do you think about your children? And if things become very rough and you decide to remain in that marriage, do you think of your children, their future? So maybe remaining might cause problem or quitting might cause problem. But think, what will your actions do to others? Maybe you are a person who is fighting for the rights of the poor. Things might become difficult because of the laws of your country. But if you quit fighting for the poor, fighting for the rights of the poor, maybe because the police are on you, when you decide to quit to save your life, when you decide to quit to save your situation, to save your family, how about the others, the thousands who should be helped by you? Maybe you're doing YouTube videos to help people outside there. Then people start raising red flags, start warning you that your YouTube channel will be deleted because you're trying to help people outside there. Will you quit? Will you change your narrative just because to save yourself? No. Think about others before you do any action. Maybe you're a pastor or a priest, you have congregation. Times become very rough. When you quit as a pastor, when you quit as an intercessor, when you quit as a priest, when congregations follow the devil because there is no one to teach them, are you not accountable? The youth in your church start using drugs, start smoking, start following the devil. Are you not accountable? Who was there to teach when you decided to quit? Maybe you are the one to save your country. But you see the situation around you is very difficult. You are risking your life. But you know very well that is God's calling. You need to save the country. Will you quit? Maybe there's a community which have lost their land to maybe a certain rich person decided to steal their land. Then you started following up so that the community gets land. People threaten you. But if that is your calling, when you quit, ask yourself, who will speak for them? Maybe you have a job, you are the boss there. Situation are not good, business is not running well, economy is bad. The owners, the CEOs are threatening you. But you know very well when you quit, over 20 people will lose their job. Of course, you can quit sometimes, maybe due to reasons which you cannot solve, or it is your time to go. No problem. That I'm not talking about that, but I'm talking about quitting before your time. So when you quit, maybe 20 people lose their job. What is your action? Have you thought about them? Maybe you fight for rights of men or women or children outside there. But people are threatening you. Will you quit? And when you quit, do you know that hundreds and thousands of people will suffer? You have seen people destroying the environment. You decide now, I'm going to stand up. People cannot destroy environment because there will be lack of rain. There will be lack of water. There will be drought. But those people who are grabbing land will come and threaten you. Will you quit? And when you quit, don't you know that thousands and thousands of people will suffer because you decided to quit? Did you consult the Lord? So it is good to understand that any action we do, it affects other people directly or indirectly. Imagine if Jesus, an apostle, decided to quit. There could have been no salvation because their times were very tough. You're a preacher who is encouraging young mothers outside there. Maybe you're a woman. God told you to discuss about marriage, to teach people about marriage. But you find that your own marriage is crumbling down. Your own marriage is having issues. Your own husband has problems. Will you stop teaching other women, young women outside there? No. When you teach or you decide to do good things, the devil will always fight you. The devil will always come back and see how it's going to bring you down. Don't quit. When you are in hospital, maybe you are sick. Sometimes you feel like, okay, let me die. And when you say that you want to die, the devil will take your words so that you die. But do you think of your wife? Do you think of your husband? Do you think of your children? Do you think of your parents? Do you think of people who depend on you? Maybe you're a man or a woman and you wanted to have children. But based on the stories I've heard about giving birth, about raising children, you decide, no, if that is the case, I'm not going to have any children. But don't you know that the children you're supposed to have, God had a purpose for them? Maybe one of them could have been a president. What will you tell God? Let us do things well after consulting the Holy Spirit. We should not do things because we are selfish. We should not do things because we think of only ourselves. Whatever war is there, God is with us. When you want to do something, of course, there are repercussions. The devil will fight. The devil is trying to stop us from doing. So, whatever you're going through, the battles you're going through, God is with you. God will ensure that no battle you will lose. The people who are fighting you are less than those who are supporting you. There are millions and millions of angels supporting you. So let us not see that the devil is stronger than the Lord. When you decide to quit, first of all, ask the Lord, maybe it is time for you to quit. And maybe it's not your time to quit. Keep on fighting and you will always win. And may the Lord bless you.